Welcome back to Forward Drive Bench Crew. My name is Voss, and today's episode we are installing a new awning on my Jeep. It's going to be probably like an on and off thing to where if I want to go hardcore trail and I don't need the awning, I will take it off, or if it's better than the one we have on Tanya's Jeep, I might move it there. So I did test it out already on the trail. You've probably seen it in the previous couple of videos. But this is the awning that we got right here. So basically it is a 270 awning, and when the companies reach out to you, you want to try their product out before you want to give them, endorsement or anything like that. But so far we tried it out on the snow trip and the rock crawling, whatever we did at the hellhole. It was amazing. So right now I'm going to show you how I installed it and what are the features of this wing is. So when you get this awning, it comes with a bunch of stuff. It comes with the installation instructions, to these brackets that go to mount the wing onto your Jeep or any other vehicle. So it has a couple bags, straps to tie it down when it's windy, bolts for assembly, and the ropes. I'll show you how to use them later, but they have these little latching devices, and then you just do is pull, and I'll show you how that works a little bit later after we do the installation. So initially we are using these brackets that come with the awning, and you can go one way like this on your vehicle, or you can flip it around and go lower. So depending on your mounting application, you get to mount it however you need it. In my application, because my roof rack is kind of high on above the vehicle, it's gonna go like this with the two bolts pointing down. If I would have a low profile rack and I didn't want the awning to be in the way of opening my doors, then you can install it with the two holes up, and that way it'll bring it up. So let's look how that's gonna look. On the back of the whole awning setup, you have 3 slats here where the bolts from the brackets are going to be going on. So the way you do it is you figure out which way you want to put it, either this way or this way. In my case, it's going to go this way, and I already have these little locking squares attached, so basically they prevent it from bolt to spin inside. So what I gotta do is I gotta line it up, make it straight so it'll slide till we get the next one, line up the next one, slide till we get our third one lined up, and now all I gotta do is do the measurement where this bracket and this bracket are gonna be lined up and tightened up. So with my measurements, it should be right about here. So we're gonna torque them down and basically go put it on the rack. It's very simple, very sturdy back plate, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good size. The back of the bracket, the panel, just for reference, is right under 6 inches. So basically the whole thing is right around 7 inches. If we are looking at it from above, we're about 6.5 inches of this whole bracket. So 6.5 inches, and if I am up here, that's basically going to be right near bottom of top of my roof. Let me torque this down, and then we'll throw this up on there and install it. All right, the awning is a bit heavy, but nothing that one average size person can't handle. So I would say it's probably about 60, under 60 pounds for sure, because otherwise it will be hard to get it up on this roof by myself. So right on this side we have a through bolt, and on the corners I have riv nuts. Riv nuts pre-installed here, and then I have a through bolt on this side, so that's how it's going to be attached to this bracket here. So what we're going to do is put our, it's there, bolt it up on here and on here, so it gives you plenty of leverage for the bracket. And the bracket's about a 1/4 inch thick, so this whole thing, the metal itself is sitting. The only thing that's moving is all the stuff inside. Thing on the back side, we had to do a little in the fabric on the back side in order to slide this whole thing forward in order to clear our tailgate. On these Cherokees, the tailgate goes higher than the roof line. So when we have this fully open, what we have to do is bring the tailgate down a little bit for the awning to clear. So the only problem is if you are a tall person, first of all, it's really hard to drive an XJ if you're... The other is if your tailgate is open, you can clear. I am 5'8", and I still have to pretty much reach full hand to get to the back of the tailgate. But when you have the awning opened, it's basically about this is where the level should be. I'm 5'8", I can clear it. Anybody that's tall is going to be harder for them to clear, or if the vehicle is parked under angle. But let's get out and test it in an environment where we can open the awning and test it out. Later, we're going to compare it to the Ironman that we have on Tanya's Jeep, and they claim that a 270, and this is a 270. And when we put two of them side by side, you tell me which one is more 270 than the other. When you're driving along, and let's say you find a good camp spot or a beautiful view, and you just kind of like, okay, you know what, I'm setting up my camp here. So let's just set up the awning and show you what it looks like fully set up, basically. So basically this awning is somewhat a one person, so the zippers are really good, pretty durable. We'll see how long they're gonna last. You know, it is brand new product, but as soon as it goes through a couple harsh conditions, we'll see how long it's gonna last and be good. So it has 3 tie downs for all the guts on the inside of the awning, and each pole is numbered when you pull them out. So it has plenty of brackets, basically poles and legs in every pole, so you just pull it out and stretch it out, and that's where those little ropes come in handy. So see right there, we're making a full 90 degree in the back. So let's grab the ropes and stretch this fabric out. So these come with these little straps, and the strap has a loop on the end, which is the easiest way in my scenario is to grab one of my little pillars on the roof rack, slide the rope through it, make it tight, and then I can take this end and slide it into a little latching mechanism right here. One of these latching mechanisms, and it goes easily into that. Boom. And then all you do is you just pull the rope tight till your awning is stretched out. You don't want to overdo it because you might rip the rope out of there, but just enough to where it's snug. And then we're gonna go stretch the other side. So on this side, we need the second rope, and the rope is a lot long. Both of them are pretty long. So in my scenario, I have to go all the way to the opposite corner, so passenger side corner of my Jeep, to loop the rope for it to stretch our front portion of the awning. And that's where I like this, that it's covering so much of your vehicle. So if you're out in the desert or anywhere in the wet conditions, this thing can protect you pretty good. So you torque it down, then each of the arms have legs in them. So you just bring them down, boom, wherever you got the lowest points, you want to stretch them out. One of the cool features of having these poles here, they have a little rubber ring on the end and a little piece of metal stake so you can stick it in, and we have those ropes to tie it down. So there's hooks to tie down the rope to stretch it out if it's windy conditions. And then when you're ready to pack up, this goes and slides right into this channel, and being this little piece of rubber right here makes it tight to go in there. So it's really good and tight in there. So every single one of these arms has a leg in it, so you can deploy them all in case if you're in the snow conditions where you're going to have snow accumulation or anything like that. So, and then they have these little patch panels so it can move around, but if it's really gust of wind, it's on Velcro, so it will just basically keep it as tight as it can. But if it's high gust of wind, it'll just rip off this and not rip the fabric basically. So, and yeah, so really good stuff. So we'll see how long it lasts and how sturdy their mounts over here are. I see that it's metal riveted aluminum. The other one that we have is a little round rods, and we already broke a few of those, had to replace those. And of course, in our scenario, when the tailgate opens up, these two are the lowest points. So what I like to do is bring one of these arms and raise it higher a little bit. So if it's a rainy day, the water will run off and go off on the lower point. So when I open my hatch, it rises to where it just clears my head. If I don't walk, without looking up, I can hit my head. So that's the only thing that's pretty bad with these Cherokees. To solve this issue, you can raise the awning higher to have better clearance, if you don't mind your vehicle being more top heavy and everything going top high. So that way I can reach anything I need to reach in the back of my vehicle. And that's basically the layout. With the awning set up, we can enjoy the view behind me and enjoy our awning because it is pretty big. Let me get on top of my Jeep and show you the area it covers. So here we are on top. This is the back of my Jeep, and we have pretty much coverage by almost 2 feet on the side of my Jeep on this side and all the way around. So all the way to the nose of the Jeep. That's a pretty good stretch of an awning. That way it can fit a full-size vehicle like a Toyota Tundra, Ford F-150. New Tacomas are pretty big vehicles too. If you have it on one of those and you want to stretch it out to where you get so much room, so your front tire is already under the awning. The other cool thing is this awning has optional walls, and this whole thing is Velcro over here. And you can add awning walls and create it into a room. So let's say if it's a snow condition, snow trip, and you need rooms, you just add those walls and it's ready to go. So there it is, the big awning on the Crew Chief. I really like it. It's a lot more coverage than the other Jeep we have. We got our second Jeep here with an awning right here. So let's deploy it and see what Ironman Off-Road or Ironman 4x4 270 wing looks like. And we had this thing for about 3 years now. Tanya purchased it with the package with her rooftop tent. And we're just trying to see what other companies out there are coming out. This wing is still for sale on their website, and they say it's a 270. So let's deploy it, and you be the judge. Which one would you want to go with? This awning is very similar in length of the Cherokee, and same thing. Zipper survived a couple of years already, so this one only has 2 tie downs, not 3. And same thing like the other side, it stretches out. So this awning didn't have any cool tie downs like San Hima does. So what we gotta do is we gotta carry a bungee cord in order for us to stretch the swing out. And we installed a special hook on the rooftop tent to catch it. So basically that's all it does. And the fabric is pretty stretched out as it is. So here it is. We got the bungee cord with a special little attachment that we did, and we have to carry a bungee cord because all it is a hook for a bungee cord. It can't stretch anymore because of the fabric, even though it looks like the rooftop tent latch is in the way. I have removed it before and it still doesn't stretch any farther. As you can see, the fabric is pretty tight. There is no more fabric to go to give it any more length. So let's get on top of this one and see how much coverage we get from Ironman off-road. So here we are on top, and we have a gap at the end of the Jeep, and we got about, same thing, about 2 feet, but it doesn't extend all the way out. So it then goes all the way around, and it ends just covering the passenger door fully, and the driver door is covered by about 50%. So this awning being a lot smaller, and the price on this one is higher than the price we have on that one. So this has been a great awning, but for us, we needed a little more space, and with San Hima's new wing awning, it's gonna be a lot better if I move it onto this Jeep and then put this one as a spare for any of the vehicles when we're going in the snow or in the desert where there's no shade. You gotta have one of these awnings. So Ironman, you gotta step up your game, because there's a new kid in town and they are taking my vote that this awning is so much better than that one. And they're both claiming being 270s. 270 degrees meaning. So it's either gonna be on my vehicle or it's gonna be on Tanya's vehicle. We'll see where it goes from here, but I know one thing, it is staying in our crew to use it because we do need to use it a lot. And I'm hoping to get a new rooftop tent either for this vehicle or one of my other ones, but I would like to try out one of the San Hima's rooftop tents and compare it to the Ironman 4x4 that we have on Tanya's Jeep, weight-wise and everything. So the awning is probably I would say about 15 to 20 pounds heavier than the Ironman off-road one, and it's not bad for the amount of coverage you get on this awning. So if you would like to get your own, please check out the link down below. They're giving us a 10% discount to anybody that wants to get one of these, and I know my friends have already been asking for that code, so here you guys are. It's down in the description. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys like this little product testing, but I don't want to be pushing anything down people's throat that I don't like or believe in. So I like when solid companies come through and offer a great product that is an upgrade versus being a downgrade for something that we already have. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next adventure.